Subscribe to Filmy Mirchi for all What Women Want episodes and click the bell icon to receive all updates.
When something bad happens, आप क्या चुनते हो? A. You let it define you. B. You let it destroy you. Or C. You let it strengthen you. अरे बाबा जल्दी बोलो, ये KBC नहीं चल रहा है कि मैं आपको लाइफलाइन दूंगी.
Filmy Mirchi presents Dabur Amla What Women Want. Snack partner Mr. Makhana.
मैं हूँ KKK यानी कि करीना कपूर खान. So why am I asking you to choose how you handle life when something bad happens? क्योंकि that's what we're talking about on today's show. Choices. हमारी लाइफ में ऐसी बहुत स्टेजेस आती हैं जहां हमें दो चीजों के बीच में चूज करना पड़ता है. हमारा एक डिसीजन हमारी पूरी लाइफ बदल के रख देता है. मेरी आज की गेस्ट को ही ले लो. लाइफ में कई टफ डिसीजंस लिए हैं, लेकिन शी is extremely proud of her choices and she lives life on her unapologetic terms. Please welcome the very lovely Sunny Leone. Hello and welcome to my show. Thank you so much for coming. Gorgeous as ever.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yes, I know. I've been dying to see you and meet you. Look lovely.
Thank you. So do you.
So my first question is to you that were you always this clear of what you want out of life? Were you this kind of kid basically who knew which subject exactly to choose from high school?
No, not at all. I was the average C student, not the good Indian student that got straight A's. I always knew that I wanted to own my own business. I just never knew what it was going to be.
And then finally you chose a new profession altogether. You chose a new country. I think it takes a lot of courage to do that, Sunny.
Or just crazy.
Or just crazy, exactly. I mean, it could be strength, it could be crazy. So where do you get it from? And don't just tell me that you're just crazy, so you did it.
I go by numbers. I see numbers, I see analytics, I see how something does. So when I got offered to do the Big Boss show, my first reaction was to say no, because I'd gotten so much hate mail from so many people that they sent me a PowerPoint presentation with all these numbers and stats and everything, and then I started researching, and that's how I said yes.
Also, how do you of course, like going back to, you said that you got a lot of hate mail. So how do you deal with all the criticism, I'm sure all the comments, even probably on your Instagram handle and things like that? How do you deal with all of that?
Well, I think we all get lots of hate mail and lots of people that hate on you. The first time I got it, though, I was about 19, 20 years old, so it affected me a lot. And that's why I said no to the Big Boss show, because I just didn't want to emotionally go through that again. And now, I analyze everything. I'm like, okay, let's put this in perspective. A, they went to my page. They're staring at it.
Yeah.
B, they are looking at the photo or comment, and now we're thinking about what they want to say. Yeah. Then, what do? They start typing. So they're still on my page.
Yeah.
Or they're still on your page.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they've started typing, they've spell checked, they've erased, they've rewrote, and now they're staring at the message.
Some of them have written like long comments.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, think about how much they're thinking about you. So then, once they've thought about it, now they're staring at their answer. They're going to make sure that it's like, hard hitting, of course. And then they hit the send button. Yeah. So I go, thanks guys, you are my greatest fans.
Yeah, as long as they're there.
Right.
And they're getting the number. So what do you think is that one decision that women make that actually, is actually a big mistake?
I think it's when you meet like that person that you care about or love, when you start conforming too much of who you are and you lose a piece of who you are every time you conform to the other person. And it's really hard because that doesn't change until you've been with a few people that are, I guess, not the prince, that are just the frog. So I think that
you have to just let it be yourself.
Right, and I think that's really hard, and that only comes with time and meeting
the right person, and then meeting so many different people, and then realizing that.
Right. Yeah. So it's hard to do, but I think that's like your first choice, is finding that person that compliments you instead of someone that wants to change you.
You have worked in both Canada and America. What is it that you feel is the biggest difference in the approach of people towards you in India?
I think that the people in India are not given enough credit for being open-minded. I think that the media, I think that journalists and TV shows and newspapers kind of make you want to conform to what they believe instead of what the entire country believes. Because if I wasn't accepted or people didn't accept who I am or who I was when I came here, then I still wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones
That's
that
so
keep me
true.
here.
Yeah.
So I honestly believe that the Indian public of who's watching entertainment is not given enough credit at all.
That's quite amazing. And yes, we all love you and that's why you're here. You wouldn't have been here. So, do you believe in destiny or do you believe that we choose our own path?
I believe that there's like a little bit of destiny, and then I believe that God presents you with choices in life or different paths, and it's your job to figure out what path is good for you, and that determines your destiny, and that determines what's going to happen in your life. I think that when amazing things are offered to us or different choices, we don't always make the right choice because we can't see clearly. So I'm not sure about destiny, like that there's destiny. I believe you make your own path and your own destiny for sure.
Do you have any regrets absolutely? This I want to know.
I don't know about professional regrets. I don't think so. No, I don't. Have I hurt people along the way? Yeah, I have. But I think when you're successful or when you're on your own path in life, whether it's successful or not, you end up hurting people along the way. And I didn't physically hurt somebody, I didn't cheat them, I didn't steal from them, but I know that my choices in life were not the choices that they wanted or that they thought was okay. So I don't regret anything professionally, no. I wouldn't be sitting on your show if I did.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
please.
We want people like that. We want more people like that on my show. Do you really not care about what people think, or can I say that, yeah, you've grown thick skin?
I definitely get affected by certain things that, certain groups of people might say. If it's an individual, it doesn't bother me. If it's my staff, crew of people that I'm around, yeah, obviously that affects me. Or let's say it's a reporter that you've met so many times, you've interviewed with them so many times, and then they start writing all these things and misquoting you.
Yeah.
That stuff is more irritating to me than it hurts me.
So what made you choose adoption when, it came to a family?
Both my husband and I really wanted to start a family, and we had been trying through surrogacy for years, and it just wasn't working. And in that time frame, you've probably been there to St. Catharines.
Yeah.
So we were there, and we visit there often, and one of the days we went into their nursery, and there were so many babies there that time. There's been times where I've gone in, there's like 2 or 3 babies. This time there were like 8 or 10 babies, and they're just so beautiful and so cute. And I would look at them and go, I wouldn't see anything but you being mine. Like I wouldn't even think that you weren't biologically mine if I could have you. And then that's when I asked my husband if, why don't we just adopt a baby girl? And he was like, yeah, sure, let's do it.
And you just went there.
And then the process just started.
So Sunny, what's the choice that you feel that either you waited too long and you should have done it earlier, or maybe something that you completely rushed into, which, you should have waited?
Things that I've rushed into that I probably should have waited to some of the movies that I signed. And, something that I really wish that I knew how to do was be social. I'm so bad. I wish that I would have started being social a long time ago. I am an introvert.
I don't think you're social even now.
I really wish that I had, there's those people, you're probably that person, but the person that walks in a room and somehow can flutter their way to all these different people, whether they've met them or not met them, but they're able to be not socially awkward. I'm the socially awkward one that stands in that corner closest to the bar.
But were you like that always?
I've always been like that.
Okay. So it's not just back that you're now here in India and you don't have too many friends.
Yeah, no, it's really, I really wish that I had that ability to do, and I would have started a long time ago on not be socially awkward.
And finally, what advice do you have for all the listeners and all the young women out there to not feel, judged for every possible choice that they make?
I think for a lot of young women or even older women that are out there, I think it's the small choices you make in a day or the small choices you make in a week that add up to something big at the end of the month. So it might be something as small as, husband, I made dinner, can you wash the dishes? And that might not seem like a big deal to, let's say, you or I, but that is a big deal in their household. I think it's small choices always that add up to big ones. I believe in steady change and not change that just you can't walk home
'Cause
one day and go, that's it, husband.
long-lasting.
I am not doing anything, and you're gonna iron the clothes and wash the dishes, take care of the kids, do their baths, their diapers, their food, everything. I think it's small little
So
changes.
you and your husband are sharing responsibility now.
Yeah, both of us. I am very lucky. I have a husband that's extremely hands-on, that
Lovely.
does the diapers, food, baths, all
I
of it with
definitely
me.
think Seth should meet him.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure. Well, I think that's brilliant. And thank you so much for actually breaking out of your social awkwardness and coming on my show.
Thank
because
you.
I think we were all super excited and you've shared some lovely insights
Thank
to
you.
What women actually want and what they feel. So thank you so much, Sally.
No, thank you.
Pleasure. Hey guys, आपको मुझे कोई भी बात बोलनी हो तो leave a comment below. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to hit subscribe.